So I saw this article and I'm like, of course. Of course. Three young people who look like that. Is there any doubt in your mind? Is there any doubt? So, why young people are giving up on work before they've even started? Because they're fucking lazy. Simple as that. They're fucking lazy. Oh my god, finding a job is too hard. I don't like the job. It's not satisfying. Oh my god, someone misgendered me. I need to. They're just whiny little fucking pansies who want to reap all the rewards and do none of the work. And I'm not saying all of them, but the ones who generally look like this are the ones recording themselves at Starbucks. Oh my god, I never knew how hard it was to work a 8-hour job. I've been misgendered like 3 times today. Get the fuck over it. Get the fuck over it. Instead of working or remaining in college, a growing number of young people are embracing life as NEETs, not in education, employment, or training. So people who basically want to live with their fucking parents and just do absolutely nothing, live off of government benefits. The same ones, these same people who are calling you fucking basement dwellers living with your parents are actually the ones living with their fucking parents. And not just right now, at a young age. No. Like here we have the number of 16 to 24-year-olds. So when you're online and you're being told by some fucking 20 something that, oh, you're just a basement dweller, no, they are actually the fucking basement dweller. They are, I guarantee you, are like this. People who feel no need to go out to look for a real job because they live with fucking mommy and daddy, who aren't doing anything, who aren't contributing to society in any kind of meaningful way. They just fucking sit online saying, oh, you're just a basement dweller. You live with your parents, when they're the ones who actually live with their fucking parents. That's why trolling doesn't, with me, it doesn't work. Because I know full well that the fat fucking retards who are saying that are legitimately like these people, the ones who legitimately don't want to fucking do anything. Oh my god, it's so hard to find a job. Oh my god, I don't feel like I should have to work. I'm just not made out for work. The number of 16 to 24-year-olds out of work or study hits its highest level in a decade at the end of last year, with 987,000, or 1 in 8, falling into this category, according to the Office of National Statistics. More than half a billion young people who are not working or studying have never had a job, according to the Learning and Work Institute. Among those still working, a recent PwC report found that 4 in 10 members of Generation Z would rather quit and live off unemployment benefits than stay in their current role. And that tells you everything you need to know about people like this. And these are the ones who are like, oh my god, I have anxiety. Oh, my autism. Oh, this. Get the fuck over it. I've got fucking fibromyalgia. I feel like I'm being shot and stabbed all the time because my nerves are fucked up and I still work. Grow a fucking pair, grow up, get the fuck over it, and contribute to society instead of wanting to be a fucking leech. I'm in fucking pain 24/7 and I still fucking work. I have bouts of depression, sometimes for 2 weeks in a row, where I lay in bed and I literally want to fucking kill myself. And yet I still go to work. So, oh no, my anxiety. Get the fuck over it, you little fucking pussy. Get the fuck over it. Sir Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, has called it a moral issue, but the spike in NEETs is more complex than simply personal choice. The perfect storm of the pandemic, worsening mental health, and all these kids claim to have fucking autism and anxiety, as if it's some kind of fucking personality. Oh, look at me, I have autism. Aren't I quirky? No, you're fucking stupid. Autism doesn't make you doesn't give you a personality. It just makes you insufferable. And the demise of youth clubs and other organizations that help prepare teenagers for the world of work has meant some people, young people, are giving up before they've started. And it doesn't help that people in school aren't learning what they're supposed to. You know, you have math class where they should be writing equations on the board. Instead, you have some fucking liberal teacher talking about how there's 56 genders and the type of sex she likes to have when she's not in the fucking classroom. Maybe that's why these kids are fucking retarded. Why these kids can't read, can't write, and they can't do math. Why they don't know about economics. Because you have teachers not fucking teaching them. And then when you have parents go to the school board and complain about it, those parents are dismissed. They're not listened to. And the teachers continue to do it. Maybe that's why they can't read above a fucking 5th grade level. Why they can't do math above a fucking 5th grade level. Because these teachers are fucking stupid and they're sitting there talking about kinks and anal sex and how there's 56 different genders and not the subject they're supposed to be teaching. So what do the NEETs themselves have to say? There's too much competition for entry-level jobs. Jordan Cocker didn't enjoy school. When he got to college, things only got worse. I'm not going to put it down, but I wasn't the best at college. I wasn't the best behaved. The lockdowns impacted his confidence when it came to talking to new people, and he found himself struggling. After the year of being stuck inside and obviously just talking to your family, it put down my confidence, but it put down my willingness to open up to new people. There were so many new faces at college. It was overwhelming. Okay, well, what does that have to do with finding a job? Nothing. Nothing. There are plenty of jobs where you don't have to talk to people. Factory work, as a stock person in a grocery store or retail. I mean, you go to fucking Walmart, you see the stalkers, they've got their fucking earbuds in, they're not paying any attention to anyone, they're just stalking. Why not do that? It's not the best job, but hey, it's a fucking job. It's nice, it's quiet. As long as you stock whatever it is, a certain amount of boats in a certain amount of time, you're fine. So as long as you don't fucking slack off, it's an easy job. It's an easy job. The experience was difficult as not many places want to hire with no experience or education. How do you know? Have you tried everywhere? You'd be surprised. But I guarantee you the person fills out for like 1 or 2 places, gets declined, they're like, oh, I'm not gonna bother anymore. I've been filling out the places, I've been filling out applications, and no one calls me back. So if anyone out there is legitimately hiring, I'm looking for a job. Everyone knows who that is. But no, you'd be surprised. It's definitely a lot harder for us to get a job than back in their day. I mean, that's true, but that doesn't mean you can't try. Like my mom was like, yeah, when I was your age, we didn't have interviews. We didn't have requirement that we would just walk into a place, say we needed a job, and boom, got a job. I mean, if there was a spot available. She's like, we didn't have resumes, we didn't have interviews, we didn't need, because we learned as we went, because that's the whole purpose of a job, especially entry level. You learn and gain the experience. So, eventually he found a role at McDonald's. The job had its positives and was fun at times, but he also found it boring. Okay. But again, this is the generation that one gets everything handed to them. They expect everything to just be super fun and oh my god, everything is just one big arts project. No, it's fucking McDonald's. You're not there to make friends. You're not there to have fun. You're there to make some fucking food. You're there to serve other people. I mean, I hate to break it down for you like that, but no one else in your life apparently has the fucking balls to do so. Instead of they want to coddle you and like, oh, don't worry. Everything will be fine. By the way, there's 56 different genders, and have you tried anal sex? So while they're coddling you and putting stupid shit into your mind, I'm going to tell you how it is. Life is cruel. Work, unless you're going into a field that you specifically like, that's a passion of yours, work is not fun. Work is going to suck, and nothing in life comes for free. You must give something to get something. If you want a good life, you need to work for it. You can't expect everyone else to fucking give it to you. So I'll accept payments through PayPal. I'm giving you better advice than any of your fucking liberal professors will give you. He quit his role in hope of finding something new. As Cocker was still under 18 at the time, the council reached out to his parents. Local authorities have the power to fine the parents £80 via fixed penalty notices if their children are not in any form of education or training, rising up to £2,500 if non-attendance continues. And considering these kids don't want to fucking do anything and they don't want to have a life of their own, they just want to live with mommy and daddy, looks like mommy and daddy are going to be paying lots and lots and lots of money. All because these selfish little fuckers don't want to do anything for themselves. Because they have excuse after, oh, the job's not fun. It's this, it's that. Oh my God, my anxiety. It's just not what I'm passionate about. Who fucking cares? Then go to school for something you're passionate about. Something you're passionate about that will make you money. This fucking liberal arts and gender studies, that shit doesn't pay. That's why you get out of college and realize that you're $150,000 in debt. Because you just went to school for a fucking useless career. And then you expect everyone else to pay off your fucking student loans because you were the one who wanted to go to school for something fucking retarded. But £2,500. Basically, it's like, the longer you don't get anything, the longer you're going to have to pay money. All this money you're spending paying us, you could have put towards college for an actual career path you want. Luckily, the council instead introduced Cocker to the SCL Education and Training Group, a college that supports needs to re-engage in education. SCL is one of the handful of programs in the UK aimed at supporting young people outside of a traditional academic environment. It looked interesting because it was more about getting you work ready, which is something the school should have fucking done. When you're younger. When I was in school, we had economics. We learned about economics. We learned about how to fill out applications and to make resumes. Why aren't they teaching that shit in school? Instead, you have math teachers talking about the fucking incredible lesbian sex that they had the night before with their gay lover and how everyone should be open. I'll just live your truth. Bitch, write some fucking equations down. It looked interesting because it was more about getting you ready, getting you work ready. I want a full-time job at the end of this. He currently attends SCL on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, working at Five Guys on his days off. You like the restaurant? Or he's working Five Guys? I feel like my confidence has grown. My interactions with people have become a lot better. Right now, Cocker is learning about customer service. The kind of practical skill he finds far more engaging than anything he learned at school. Without SCL, I feel like I would be trapped doing McDonald's work, but that is customer service. Doing McDonald's work and just unable to move up in any way. When he graduates, Cocker hopes that he will have the skills he needs to join a company with opportunities for career progression. However, meanwhile, thousands of miles away, even with the skills he is learning, Cocker still thinks the job market is challenging for young people. No, it's just that the fucking young people are just too quick to give up. If things don't go their way within 5 seconds, they just say, "Oh, it's not for them," and they just give up. Again, we go back to I filled out applications, I've tried getting a job, nothing seems to be working. 21 years old? If he doesn't find a job right away, suddenly everyone's against him. They want us to work, but there is no work. After finishing school, Floyd Smith, 18, struggled when looking for jobs and found himself found himself ghosted by many employers he applied to. He took an apprenticeship at a nursery, hoping for on-the-job training. They were meant to teach me, but they never taught me anything. They seemed to care more about me being cheap labor. He was often left to his own devices. After 6 weeks, he was let go, and the experience dented his confidence. I didn't want anything to. Now this, yeah, I read this before I started doing it completely, like reading it for video. But let this next part kind of summarize everything wrong with them. I didn't want to do anything. I just stayed at home. I felt horrible. For the next 4 months, Smith recalled how he would stay in his room and play video games. I just went into a shell. So again, like if they don't get something within 5 seconds, it's like, oh my god, the world is collapsing, it's coming to an end. Let me just become a fucking recluse and just stay in my room and just play video games all fucking day instead of looking for a job. Like what? Again, this is the same fucking generation participation trophies. Whether they succeed or not, they get a fucking trophy for it. These kids have no idea how the real world is, no idea how to act in the real world, no idea how to react to certain things in the real world. The number of young people struggling with mental health has risen sharply in recent years. Research by University College London and the Sutton Trust, published in 2023, found that a third of 17 and 18-year-olds reported that the after effects of COVID were still harming their education and mental health. Those aged 10 to 20 at the height of the UK's lockdowns were hit hard, facing major disruptions to their education, entrance into the workforce, and overall sense of independence. It was only when Smith was contacted by SCL that he started to gain his confidence back. I knew I needed to get out and do something. It's weird because they never really specifically helped me with my confidence, but it sort of came with it. Smith found the experience worlds apart from his time at school and is now preparing to go to college with an aim to study game development. Well, when we see games coming out with, pushes for certain things, you can thank this person. We already know who you are. I do get nervous about going to new places, but I would like to have a job in the future. Young people who missed out during the COVID years now face fiercer competition for fewer entry-level roles as AI automation continue to absorb graduate positions and hiring. Hiring junior staff becomes more expensive. Well, that's because you have these liberal places consistently raising minimum wage, which makes it harder to pay employees, which makes it necessary to lay off employees or reduce hours. And then when you have basically no employees left because you can't afford to pay them, you get animatronics. You get robots doing the shit for you. Maybe you should just be happy with the minimum wage after it's increased a little bit. In California, it's like, oh my god, it needs like $30 an hour. No, you fucking don't. You don't need $30 an hour to dip some fucking fries into a vat of oil. You stupid, lazy fucking cunt. And then when you have 0 hours or you get laid off, you sit there and wonder why. Because you're asking for $30 a fucking hour and there's just no way of compensating. And in order to compensate and keep the store going, things need to happen. Food prices need to be raised. People need to be either laid off or hours need to be cut. And then when you do get your $30 an hour, your hours get cut, and then suddenly that $30 an hour isn't enough anymore. Then suddenly you're like, oh, we need $35 an hour. And it's just a fucking cycle. It's just a cycle. So that's why more places have opted in for, AI and all this shit, because they're tired of the bullshit. They're tired of young individuals or just narcissistic, entitled individuals. Like, oh my God, we need $25 million an hour just to fucking flip a burger. No, you don't. You stupid fucking narcissistic cunt. Entry-level job listings, including graduate roles and apprenticeships, fell by 8.6 PC in July, according to the latest UK job market. Before reported by recruitment firm Adzuna, Smith found that whenever he comes across a job suitable for his age and experience, it is already overwhelmed with applications. Well, you should go find a job personally where you know someone who works there, or make friends with people who work at these places. Why? Because it's easier to get the job when you have someone on the inside, because they can put in the good word for you. So you're doing that. I mean, you do what you have to do to get a job, right? So make friends with people, the cashiers or whoever, or go talk to your friends who do have these jobs and say, hey, can you put in a good word for me? That's how I got to Ingalls, like in 2013. Manager wasn't going to hire me because they saw that I had been a CNA, worked in a nursing home, and they thought, well, why would he want to do this job when he can do that? So my best friend's friend who worked there put in a good word for me. I got the job. When you put in the good word, your application goes from down here to up there. If you just fill it out and just call or something, it goes from right there to maybe up there. So it helps to know someone in the job. Again, I accept payment through PayPal and all that. I'm giving you advice that most people won't fucking give you, and it actually helps. So I'll accept any form of payment. You don't even have to take a class for this shit. I know that the government is very keen to get young people working, yet they are not giving them any options to work. They want us to work, but there is no work. Now, there's plenty of work. You just have to be willing to do it. You can't be picky when you don't have the ability to be picky. You can't say, oh, well, I want a job that does this and pays. No, you take what you can get. If it's not the best job, then while you have that job, you look for another one. You don't just quit and say, oh, well, I'm not going to save this job, and then quit and then be, oh, well, I don't have. No. You go to that job, you work at it for a little while. If you don't like it, then while you're still at that job, look for a new job. You give your 2 weeks like you should to, professionalism. There you go. Don't just, oh, I don't like this job, I'm leaving, bye. No. There's plenty of jobs. You just need to be willing to do it. The data backs up his point. In 2024, each entry-level role received an average of 140 applications, up from 86 in 2023, according to the Institute of Student Employers. As for the idea that all young people are work shy, Smith says, you can't really class a whole generation under one umbrella, except for like these 3 people that they managed to find, and many more just like them. And I know not all of them are like this. I know. He knows plenty of his peers that enjoy working and know exactly what career they want to get into, but it's not that easy, he says. I think a lot of young people don't want to work because society has made it difficult. Applying for jobs is quite difficult when you don't know how to start. You go to Indeed or Snag a Job or something. Say you live in Los Angeles. Los Angeles. You click search. So you have 35 miles. You can, depending on how far you want to travel, exact location. Okay. What the fuck? TikTok live stream sales female host. What the fuck? Sure. You do that. You click there. You go to apply now. Prepare and review. And you go all the way down and submit your application. Simple as that. Simple as that. Most places don't have paper applications anymore. If you go in, they'll simply tell you to go online. So go online to the exact site of whatever company you're looking to apply for, or go to Indeed, go to Snag a Job, go to Monster. It's not that fucking hard. It's not. You just need to fucking try. Joseph Garzaniski has autism and found school environments difficult growing up. Now age 16, he hasn't been in formal education since primary school, but he has his sights set on getting into college. He hopes to have a career in childcare, as he has always wanted, has always adopted the nurturing big brother role in his friendships. He sees working as both something exciting, but at the same time stressful. Because again, no one has prepared these kids for the real fucking world. This is why when you have like TikTok and whatever, making jobs seem glamorous. Like, here's what I do in the day as someone who works for Google. Here's what I do in the day as someone who works. And they're like, oh my God, they get to have 3 meals a day and they get like to sit in there in a little office space and like browse online. I want, that's simple. I could, and then they find that they can't do that job. And then they find they have to get actual jobs, and then they don't like them because it's not how they panned out in their mind. I can see the ups and downs, the highs and lows. I'm nervous about it because at the same time, I'm ready for it. Just call him SpongeBob. For young people who are struggling to get into work, he thinks it can be a lack of confidence, a lack of education, or a lack of understanding that yes. Yes. To what? Yes. Sometimes it's a combination of all three. I think the main thing is that it's just that you need to be taught what to do and how to do it. Obviously, applying for jobs is quite difficult when you don't know how to start. Well, again, I accept payments through PayPal. I just showed you how to find a fucking job. Go down to your unemployment office, go to Indeed, Snag a Job, Monster, fill out applications. It's not hard. Again, I accept payments through PayPal. With schools, they don't teach you any of that. They teach you who this historical figure in 1945 was. I don't know that, but I know how to. I don't know that, but I know how to apply for this apprentice. Yeah. Fastest way to homelessness. So, of course, this is the UK, but there are people just like this in the United States. People, oh my God, it's so hard, my anxiety and this, and get over it. Again, I have bouts of depression. I've had fibromyalgia since I was about 17. Depression, hardcore depression since then, and they were like, oh, well, you're just a teenager. That's what happens. Here I am, 37 years old. I don't have any pills for it. Bouts of depression for 2 weeks in a row when I literally want to kill myself at like every hour of the day. and I still go to work. Get the fuck over it. Okay? Life sucks. Life sucks. Work is hard. And unless you go into a field that you're passionate about, it's going to suck. It's going to be lame. It's not meant to be fun. It's meant to pay bills. You're not at a job to make friends. You're there to do a job. If you make friends, it makes the job easier, but you're not there specifically to make friends. You're there to do a job. Go online, fill out applications. If you know someone in a store or in a retail or restaurant, ask them to put in a good word for you. Simple. Anyway, that's gonna do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.